So as I told, like headache is very most common complaint which brings the patient to the doctor. And if we see the data, it is one of the most common out of the 10 disabling conditions. And in adult population, around 46% of the adult population suffer from the headache. And why this entity is important? We know that there is International Society of Headache to help the people suffering from this disease, and for which there are more than 10,000 ordinary members in this society, and they are publishing an international journal regarding headache, that is Cephalgia, and they hold uh, International Headache Congress every 2 years. And in my lecture, we'll be covering the headache from Ayurveda perspective, and then migraine, and what Pathya and management, including Swasthavrita, is to be done. And I'll be sharing few research works. So just directly coming to the topic, that how it is told in our text. In Sushru Samhita, it is told Uttamang Ardhaha. As we know that Shiras is said to be Uttamang because it is being the abode for all the sense organs. And from modern aspect also, you see, it is a complex, and you can say all the sensual faculties are there, and it is very much neurological developed organ. And when in this particular condition, the half part of the head is affected, and the type of pain described is Bhed and Tod. So throbbing type of pain, pricking type of pain. Sometimes it may be associated with Brahma. And another feature why it is compared with the migraine is that the paroxysmal attacks, that at the interval of 15 days, 10 days, or sometimes suddenly it happens. And as far as doshas are concerned, Sushruta has told it to be Tidoshaj in nature. And in commentary, we find another opinion that it is because of Vata along with Pitta. Though it is Tidoshaj, but predominantly it is because of vitiated Vata along with Pitta. Whereas in Charaka, they have here in Sushruta only Uttamang Ardha is given, whereas in Charaka he has specified the areas like Manya, Pru, Shankha, Karna, Akshi, Lalat, Ardhe, Vedana. So he has specified the areas and the type of pain little different, like cutting, as if being cutting by the sharp instrument. And if it is not treated in time, or it is not getting cured by the treatment, offered treatment, then it can damage the eyes as well as the ears. Vagbata also has the similar opinion, but the duration is different over here, either 15 days or 1 month, and sometimes it gets resolved by itself. When coming to Nidana, Sushruta has not told separate Nidanas, whereas in Charaka, that is 17th chapter, he has told these factors, what we say as Vega Dharana. We know it is one of the most important cause for Vata Kopa. Then Diva Swap and Ratri Jagrana, Vata and Pitta Kopa, Madat, that alcohol and all. So these all Nidana. Then Uccha Bhashya, that speaking in high pitch, exposure to Avashyaya, Pragavat, Atimathun, excessive sexual life. Then Asatme Gandha, Rajo Dhum Him Atapat. When we see all these factors, we see in today's causative the trigger factors of the migraine also we find all these factors. Then Guru Amla Haritadani, Shitambu Sevanat. Then consuming excess cold items, these also give rise to vitiation of Vata. Then trauma to the head, then Vashpa Nigraha, of course, and cloudy weather, manastap or stress, Deshakala and Deshakala Viparya. So change of place or Kala Viparya, if there is features are there, then it results into aggravation of Vatadi doshas, and particularly into the head. And then these are the common factors or the common causative factors of Shiroroga. Whereas in Siddhisthan, he tells the specific for the Ardha Vedak, that is particularly Ruksha Ati Adhyashanat, that is eating before the food, before the previous meal is digested, and Avakshay Methun, again same repetition. Vega Sandharan Ayas, doing more of physical exercise, more of physical work and the exercise. Again, here only Vata may be vitiated because of indulgence in causative factors, or along with Kapha. When it affects or gets localized into the Shira, then it causes Ardha Vedaka. So Charaka says it is either Vat or along with Vat Kapha. So we can summarize this Samprapti like this, that after indulgence in the Nidana Sevan, either Aharaj, Viharaj or Manasik, we have four things happening, that is vitiation of dosha. Dusha, we see that rasa and rakta. Definitely when these dusha, causative factors indulgence is there is Agni Dushti, and when this is occurring, or the exposure to these nidanas are occurring for repeatedly, then there is ama formation, which turns into Annavisha or Amavisha, and it causes Soto Dushti, particularly of Ras and Rakta. And this through these channels, this Amavisha or Anavisha travels along with vitiated Vata and Kapha. Then when it gets localized into the Shira Pradesh, it gives rise to, particularly if it is localized in the half side of the head, then it gives rise to Ardha Vedak. And when it is not treated, then it can, the complication, or in the Bheda Avastha, Karna and Akshinas. This is simple way we can understand. Now, before going further into the treatment, we'll see the migraine as a hemicrania, as a French word, and it is one of the most common cause of primary headache after tension headache. And around 20% cases only we find the classical migraine. It is one of the entity which is difficult to diagnose. In the last week only, I was getting different type of patients of suffering from headache, and it is the most important part is that it can be diagnosed by taking the proper history. And around 80% of the patients, they are without aura, so without specific symptoms. So we have to, in the very first sitting, we cannot elicit the history, and we have to again and again, like on the repeated visits, we can see the precipitating factor, we can isolate the triggering factors and then treat accordingly. And aura, of course, generally they are the visual changes. There can be other associated symptoms also, like scotomas or flashes of light. Mostly the headache is unilateral here, but sometimes when it becomes chronic, it involves both the size of the head also, the throbbing and the pounding pain, and the associated with nausea, vomiting, photophobia or phonophobia. So these features will be there in case of classical migraine. Why it should be taken seriously is that because the person suffering from migraine cannot work on those the day of attack, and they need bed rest, they have to miss their work. Many theories have been proposed in the last 50 years, but none of the theory can explain the pathophysiology of migraine completely. Like there is a vascular theory that during aura phase there is a vasoconstriction, then during after that, when there is a vasodilatation, then there is a headache. Similar neurogenic theory, and the recent was the serotonin theory, abnormality level of the serotonin. And we have seen that these are the drugs which are in use, and then there is an integrative hypothesis that the more than one mechanisms work into play. But none of this can completely explain the pathophysiology in all the patients. And recently when I was in UG, then this theory came that the deficiency of magnesium can triggers the chain of events, starting with the platelet aggregation and glutamate release, and resulting into the release of serotonin, which is vasoconstrictor. And then in clinical studies, the oral magnesium has shown benefit for preventive treatment and intravenous magnesium may be effective for the acute treatment. Then there have been allergy theory that we are telling certain food items there in modern also these things were considered, and hormonal imbalance theory that during the menstruation phase also some patients, particularly this thing, some girls, they get the headache. Now in the clinical presentation, as already told, throbbing or pulsatile pain builds over 1 to 2 hours and become diffuse. That starts from the aura phase. And then the patient prefers to lie in the dark room if he has photophobia or phonophobia and the other symptoms. And sometimes motor symptoms like hemiparesis, confusion, numbness, etc. can also be seen. This is how we see that in the prodrome phase, the patient may have the cravings for certain foods, sometimes chocolates, which are precipitating factors also, increased tiredness or yawning, heightened perceptions for light, etc., fluid retention. And then the aura phase comes along with photophobia and phonophobia. There may be some increased sensitivity for the smells, particular orders, that is osmophobia known as. And then after the headache phase, in the resolution phase, there may be some vomiting, the patient feels lethargic. And in recovery phase, again, patient feels very tired, drained out, and diuresis also can be there. And then it comes to the normal phase. And what happens when these patients are not treated, their interval between the two attacks keep on decreasing, and it becomes more or less a continuous nature, and it becomes very difficult to differentiate it from the other headaches, that is the chronic daily headache. And that's why it is told that this is the most disabling condition, and most of the time patient does not go to the doctor, or if they take the OTC products, then they drug induced headache they develop. And like another one thing was that it is not only underdiagnosed, as it is diagnosed with other conditions, it is also undertreated. And this is how the patient sees the scintillating scotoma, and this is a central scotoma. And these are the triggers: emotional stress, intense physical exertion that is given in our Nidana also, abrupt weather changes, high altitude travel motion, lack of sleep, the Diva Swap Ratri Jagran, etc. And certain food items. Particularly, I always say to the patients not to take the Chinese food items which contains Ajinomoto, the monosodium glutamate, artificial sweetness, caffeine. So the patient suffering from this migraine headache, they should avoid coffee or caffeine containing other drinks, and then foods containing tyramine, the old cheese, and meat with nitrites, as it causes the vasodilatation. This is the simplified diagnostic criteria, that at least two of the features plus at least one of the following features, this photophobia or phonophobia. And if clinically, actually most of the time this is diagnosed, and headache symptom that suggests serious underlying disorder like sudden onset, previously it was not there, worst headache ever, vomiting that precedes the headache, pain that disturbs the sleep, known systemic illness is there, and onset after the age of 55 years, etc., then they are to be investigated to see the other cause of headache. So now coming to the before coming to Ayurveda treatment, I just want to say that there are n number of pharmacological agents like anti-inflammatory drugs, then serotonin agonist drugs, then anti-epileptic drugs are used, antacids are used according to the symptoms, but none of those drugs they can complete purely. That leaves a scope for Ayurveda. And coming to the Ayurveda treatment, we can divide it into Sthanika Chikitsa, Savadahika Chikitsa. When doing Savadahik Chikitsa, we have to take care of Agni Dushti and drug selection according to the predominant doshas. Like in my clinical practice, when we find the symptom of Brahma, etc., then we give the Pitta Shamana Yoga. Though it is said to be Tridosha, as in the commentary I told that it is because of Vata and Pitta also it is told, and following the Patya Apatya. So these are the few Nasya yogas. As we all know that Nasya is the gateway to the, you can say the head or Shirasa, and it after reaching into the head, it eliminates, it stimulates, there's a, you can say the Shira part, and it eliminates the, it in reflex it causes the secretions over there, and it eliminates the vitiated doshas. So this first, that's why it is told that of Nasyas like Shirish Mool and Phala of Nasya, Vacha and Pippali, Manshamul and Karpura, different yogas are there. And at the end of that the Shamana Nasya is to be done with Sarpi and Madhurasanvitam. That is Madhuras drugs like Kakolya Adigan, etc. And certain lepas are there. I know that in Kerala, this lepa, Shiro lepa are quite in practice, though in the northern part, this is not much practice. But on forehead, we are using that Shunthi lepa, etc. That is quite in practice in the northern India also. Now in Charak, Siddhi Stan for Chikitsa, all the procedures, see you get big list, like first is for internal use, all the four, any of the four Sneha can be used, Shira Videchan and Kaya Videchan. So Videchan is best for elimination of Vata. Then Nadi Svet, Purana Grit, Anvasan Basti and Astapan Basti, Upanaha Shiro Basti and Agni Karma. And Pratishaya Rogokta Chikitsa is can be done. As we see that, of course, this is for the general, this thing it is told. As we know that many of the times the ENT causes are also there for the headache. So these are all the different upkramas. Karna Puran also is told at one context. And in Ashtanga Hridaya it is told that it should be treated according to Raktaj and Pitta Shiroroga. And these are the few Nasya yogas and Shirolepa yogas like Chakramard with Kanji, Pitta Shaman Dravyas like Sariva, Utpal Kusht, etc. We are using Nasya with the Dashamula Tel. We have done research work also that I'll be showing the next coming slides. And formulation given in Bhaishajya Ratnavali, mainly Rasaushadhis are given. Shirachuladi Vajaras, which very common drug used in northern part of India. Lakshmi Vilas or Mahalakshmi Vilas Ras, Shiroroghar Ras, Mayuradi Grita, and Anu Tel, Dashamul Tel, etc. In Yog Ratnakar, Patyadi Kashai, in Bhav Prakash also Patyadi Kashai is there, and I know that little variation of this is in Sahasra Yoga, that is Patyaksha Dhatyadi Kashai. Contents are almost similar, which is a very common yoga. Then Varunadi Kwatha is indicated in Vata Shiroroga, that also can be used if Pitta predominant symptoms are not there. So these are the Patyas told in text that you can see there. And we have to take the light diet, and any of the procedure depending on the it is a physician's discretion that what procedure it is to be like. Sometimes in acute attack we can do Rakta Mokshan, we can do Agni Karma to relieve the pain, and Vegadharan, etc. Whatever the positive factors are there, Danta Kashta, so chewing the hard food item if it is precipitated, then that is to be avoided. And triggers of the migraine. So all those things are to be avoided. So from the Swasthavrita, we can say that like exposure to hot sunlight. So using the umbrella, covering the feet by using this thing in very hot sun. We should not go bare feet. Then Sheetajal. Always head bath should be taken with the cold water. In certain areas, particularly in Kerala or Karnataka, I have seen people take head bath all throughout the season with the hot water. So that can be one of the cause. And if we do that correction, I think in some patients it may help. Then Padabhyang, Murdha Tel and Pad Prakshalan, they all are stress relieving measures. So these are the few just study I want to show that we had done a study on Brahadashmul Tel Nasya and Laghu Sutshekaras. It's a wonderful Pitta Shamak Yoga, and we got good results in this. This is another PhD work further of the same work where the Gokrit Nasa additional group was there. And this is another article I got where they have used along with the this thing Shadbindu Tel Nasya, Abhrak Bhasma, Pravala Pishti and Godanti Bhasma. See, these are the Pitta Shaman drugs. This is a Rasaushadhi, that is Shiroshuladi Vajaras, then Pathyadi Shadang Quats for 48 days. And they have reported good results. In Sri Lanka, 2017, we had been for a conference. There one paper was there, Pathya Prithvi Quat, maybe somewhere similar to our Pathyadi Quat, and the worker has reported very good results. This is the one paper I got. Few more are there, but because of shortage of time, I have kept only few. Here, the Agni Karma work has been done along with the Pathyadi decoction. So, if in the acute attack, Agni Karma followed by whatever drugs we select, it can be done. So, take home message is that yes, migraine is very, you can say, difficult to treat condition, but still, like we have lot many options. There, they like though they are options, they have lot of side effects also of all those drugs. They have contraindications for all those drugs, but our drugs are quite safe, so we can select these drugs according to the predominant dosha and treat those patients. And I'm very sure that my colleagues are like treating successfully in their clinical practice all the patients of different type of headaches. Only thing is we don't have much of the data to show, so we need to conduct more studies to show that yes, Ayurveda drugs are effective in the treatment of different types of headaches. And thank you. This was all for today. Thank you very much. And I would like to thank